Hello, my name is Megan Winke, and I will be doing my book report on Women in Intimate Geography by Natalie Nagier. Hello, my name is Natalie Nagier. I am the author of 3 books, one including the bestseller Women in Intimate Geography. Although this book was published 16 years ago in 1999, many women are still talking about this book and encouraging other women to get a hold of a copy. I am honored to say that more than 200,000 copies have been sold, and the book has been translated into 21 different languages. I currently live in Maryland with my family. I write about biology for the New York Times, and I have won many awards and honors for my writing. I could go on about myself, but I will keep it short because I want to talk more about the book rather than myself. I attended the University of Michigan for 2 years. After that, I transferred to Barnard College in New York City. While in school, I studied English, physics, and astronomy. Writing has always been my passion, and I always dreamed of becoming a writer. In the 80s, I landed my dream job and got hired to write for a science magazine. The science magazine was really popular at the time, so it was a great opportunity for me to start my writing career. After I gained some experience, I started writing for Time magazine. I eventually worked hard enough and earned myself the job I have now. Women in Intimate Geography is a winner of the Pulitzer Prize. I want to first start off by saying I do not hate men. Many people come to that conclusion because of my feminist views. However, this is not the case. I intended and hope that men and women of all ages read my book at some point in their life. I think it is important for women to be familiar with their body, and I think it is important for men to know about the woman's body as well. Young or old, I don't think it's ever too young or too old to learn about the body. In this book, I state my feelings about how women are treated in today's society. This may be why people hold the beliefs that feminists don't like men. Like I said in my book, I'm tired of women being the second sex, the faulty sex. Although I am tired of the way women are viewed, I never say anything negative about men. If I compare men and women, it is to show differences or similarities between the two, and this is backed up with research. Women are constantly comparing themselves to other women and societal views. I believe we need to put an end to this and come together and appreciate each other and each other's bodies. No one is perfect and everyone is made differently, and women need to learn to respect others as well as themselves. In this book, I share stories of women who are seen as flawed. I also share my personal experiences of watching in on a number of procedures that millions of women experience each year. Many of these women are considered flawed. I have watched the implantation of the sperm into the vagina on a strong woman who was having trouble getting pregnant on her own. I have also sat in on a hysterectomy. I share the stories of many other procedures I have witnessed and the physical and emotional distress it can cause on the woman. I also discuss groups that have been formed for women who want social support. It's nice for women to get in a group and talk about and become friends with women who are experiencing similar things that they are going through. My book focuses on how imperfections of the female body can be viewed in a positive way. I discussed many aspects of the female body that are viewed with disgust or embarrassment. For example, I go into great detail about how many women feel uncomfortable with body hair, breasts that are not the perfect shape or size, the smell of their genitalia, or their menstrual cycle. In my book, I reflect back on a time when I was younger. My teacher told all the girls in my class that they should refrain from wearing tampons, and instead they should wear pads. When I was younger, I didn't understand her side of the argument, but as I have gotten older, I have come to agree with her logic. Menstruation is a powerful process. It is something that many women dread and feel embarrassed about. However, menstruation is an important and fascinating process, and I believe women should embrace it while they can. The book focuses on everything you could possibly think about in regards to the female body. Many aspects of the body that define a woman are discussed. For example, her eggs, which are the size of the end of a baby's hair, the clitoris, which varies between individuals, the uterus, which can be removed during a hysterectomy, breast, fibroids, which may be miserable for some, desire, estrogen, and that's just to name a few. Parts of Every part of the woman's body is illustrated and defined in regards to its function, texture, and appearance. I want readers to learn more about the female body, but also understand the importance and beauty of every part of it. The woman's body is precious and shouldn't be shamed. I have written about a variety of different topics in my day, and a variety of those issues are included within this book. Human sexuality, anatomy, sociology, biology, women's studies, and many more subjects helped me write the pages of this book. In one chapter, I describe the different parts that make up the female genitalia. I have had fans of mine contact me and tell me that classes they have taken in school have outlined and guided them to understand some of the information that is described in my book. The differences between individuals, cultures, and religions are also something that has been found in human sexuality as well as my book. Information on evolutionary process is described, and I know it's reflected in many other subjects. Evolutionary psychology, for example, states that men can't control desire, and when looking for a mate, women search for a provider. This concept is explained in many different fields, and it plays an important factor in my book. It's awesome that readers are reading my book with prior knowledge on some of the topics. However, I am pleased to hear that readers gain new insights and intelligence on some of the topics stated above, as well as topics that were completely unfamiliar to them. The majority of my writing is backed up with science. Throughout my book, I refer back to researchers, doctors, professors, or other experts in the specific issue at hand. They help back up the facts, as well as some of my own opinions. If my own opinions can't be backed up by science, it is clear to the reader that my personal opinion has been stated, and that it may not be relevant to the point that is trying to be made. I also write about the personal experiences of women, like I stated above. These experiences are usually described in medical terms. Therefore, they are reliable. If they are not backed up with credible information, it tends to be the individual's opinion on the given situation. This book uses a lot of research and science. However, opinions are stated when I thought they should be. It's not fair to say my writing is not biased, because I could not hold stronger feminist views. Like I said earlier, I do not dislike men, but when they are discussed in my book, I tend to be more in favor of women. I do not do this on purpose, but research used in my book guided me to say what was stated. I do not think women are superior to men. However, I believe the woman's body is seen as more rare and unique. For example, all men come from women, and all men are originally females before they turn into males in their mother's tummy. Women are born with all the eggs they will be given in their life. After puberty, men will continue to create sperm as he continues on throughout life. Women are limited to their contribution to life. Therefore, people like me may see them as superior. Even though a woman's body is seen as fragile, her physical and emotional strength makes her strong and capable of anything. It's not fair for me to say everything I think is true, because that's not the case. However, I am an experienced writer, and I have a strong background, and I know I am capable of making a difference in society. I have a strong educational background, and I rely on many experts to help me with my writing. There are many people who do not like me or my writing, but I also have many fans that encourage me to keep doing what I love. I'm going to read some online comments about this book. If you have not read this book, maybe you could get an idea if you'd be interested in reading the book or not. Comments from Megan Winky say, I would recommend this book to anyone. I think men could read it, but I'm sure women would be more interested, considering they could relate to most of the issues at hand. Natalie used thousands of metaphors to describe this book. It really helped me as the reader to understand what was being said. She also said, though, that the use of metaphors helped her understand the text for the most part. However, sometimes the writing would get so detailed that it would be hard to follow. She also said some sections were boring or less interesting. Maybe it's because she couldn't relate to the topic. For example, the chapter on breast milk. If any of you viewers haven't read my book, I encourage you to pick it up when you get some free time. It is very informative, and I don't think you will be let down.